Hello again, lockpicking Paul here. And what I've got today is a seemingly innocuous Euro cylinder, split cylinder. And this is an extension of the other why split cylinders might be better than padlocks for learning to pick on. This is a Securit cylinder. And it's it was a bit of a surprise. I got a whole bunch of locks, and I got this one very, very early on when I started picking, and I had real trouble with it. Couldn't get it to open. And then after a while, I went back to it after opening a bunch of other locks over a period of months, and I got it open relatively easily. And the big difference is I was using much less tension, and more importantly, much less picking pressure. I was oversetting this lock. The big lesson I learned is, less is definitely more, especially with regards to things like feedback. But when I did open it, I gutted it, and to my surprise, what was in this lock was quite mad, if I'm honest, something I wasn't expecting to see. And I was absolutely delighted I got it open when I saw the pins. So I make a note on all of my locks with regards to my experiences picking it. So when I go back, maybe my technique has improved a little and the journey is different. I find this lock easy now, very easy. But my original notes were medium to hard, mad pinning, T-pin key pins, serrated spools, pin in pin, and more. So it sounds like it's a mad lock. It's really not, but let's get it open and then we'll gut it and I'll show you what's inside. So see if we can get that here. The trick with this lock is really very, very light tension and just very shallow picking pressure. So I can change that to light. Might be a little better. It doesn't give, for all the madness inside this lock, it gives actually surprisingly little feedback. It will drop into a false, but that's pretty much all you get from it. And you don't get a counter rotation with that false. You see, I go looking along the lock for a counter rotation. But instead I get an open. So that is, it's not even 2 passes. I'm open on pin 4 on the second pass. So really not a challenge at all, but it is actually easy to overset this lock. But let's get this gutted and you can see what's going on in this lock. I'm going to zoom out because I think that'll make life a little bit easier, and we'll zoom in on the pins once they're out. Right. Come on, don't be difficult. There you go. Always the danger when you don't have the key. Put too much force on that circlip and you end up locking the lock back up again. Wouldn't be the first time I've done that. Right, let's get that lined up, get a shim in it because I can't remember what the core looked like in this. Check that's all the way down to the front. And of course it's not. Oh, there we go. Better. Right. Now, would point out, and something that probably made this a little bit easier, is there is not a lot of variation in the bitting. I don't have the key, but you can see from the tops of the key pins, there's not a lot of variation there. There is some variation, but it's not huge. So I'm not dealing with any radical bitting in this lock. So the first pin is a large T-pin key pin. In fact, they all are in this lock. All 6 of the key pins are these very large torpedo style key pins, which is why if you overset it, you get yourself tied in knots. To show these, because you think you're in a false set if you've overset and you're not. So they're a bit mad. The actual core itself, don't think it's got any counter milling or threading. No, it's completely smooth. So nothing special about the core itself. But the magic is here. Right, get me tweezers out. So the first pin is a serrated pin, much like those serrated Yales. Quite deep serrations. Second pin is serrated as well. Third pin's a really deep spool, and that's steel. And it's odd to find a steel pin in slot 3, but I suppose looking at it, it's either that's just after the cutaway from the secure part of a lock, so that would be the first pin there. So maybe if someone snaps the front off and then tries and drills it out, that's what that's to protect. The fourth pin has got like a machined chamfer top and bottom. I can't remember the name for those pins, but they're a bit different. Fifth pin is the same as the fourth. It's that machined chamfer again. And the sixth pin is quite special. It's a pin-in-pin. I'm guessing it's an anti-bump pin, but it does behave quite differently, feels quite different. So that, zoom in. So yeah, really quite mad pins. But certainly with a little bit of practice, you know, very, very straightforward lock to pick. Nothing. All the springs are all steel, so no varied spring rates or anything in there. But they did throw the kitchen sink at those pins. But anyway, as a relatively new picker, I was chuffed to bits I got that open. So anyway, that's it for today. Enjoy your picking. Cheers.